Eidl grant is back on in the third stimulus check bill. It's $5,000 if you worked in the pandemic and had a 50% reduction of your workforce and you had less than 10 of employees. 50% reduction of your salary or income and less than 10 employees. So how do you get an Eidl grant? What is an Eidl grant? In this throwback video, I explain the Eidl grant and how you get it. Enjoy this overnight LA video about the Eidl grant. Eidl grant applicants get furious when they learn that their grant advance may not be coming. This is a Wednesday, May 20th bombshell update. Thanks for tuning in for Lalate. As always, like and subscribe to this channel and drop your comments below, and we may feature them in tomorrow's update. But we're going to be answering your enormous number of Eidl grant questions in a well-watched video from yesterday. So here's the update. If you haven't been watching the breaking details, the new SBA policy, as detailed exclusively on Lalate this last weekend, are the following. If you have never received your Eidl grant, you will not be getting the grant advance ever. Rather, you might be getting a grant after a loan, but only if a loan is approved. The rub is disconcerting to many of you, and it's quite a shame. Many of you are expecting an Eidl grant to come, and you need that money right away. The original Eidl grant programs called for the grant to come within 3 business days. It did not. Many of you have been waiting since the month of March. You have not received it. And now, after learning that the grant was going to be reduced from $10,000 per business, which is what the CARES Act called for, to $1,000 per employee, now you're learning that you might be not getting it at all. In fact, the new SBA policy is not to give the grant as an advance, and only to give it after a loan is approved and accepted by you and them. So if you get a loan offer and it's not accepted by ESBA, you won't be getting a grant. And if you don't get a loan offer that you want to accept, then you're not getting the grant either. Really quite disconcerting. And it's quite a shame. So let's get right to the comments and questions. Tim Rice, I sent more than 100 emails to both sides of the aisle asking to address the SBA debacle, and I've only received 1 reply as a forum email. That's how much they care. Just horrible. It's a shame. Stay with it, Tim Rice. Kane B. Hey, Lalate, love the channel. Well, thank you, Kane. I received a denial letter this week in a state economic injury, unsubstantiated, and the amount of advance is more than the amount that I was loaned. What a crock. I haven't even received an advance. So, Kane B., if based upon the screen name, you're a different person, because this is like at least the 3rd person who has said the same thing within 24 hours. Get ready for your reconsideration. Watch our reconsideration videos. We launched our 3rd earlier today. There are 3 of them. Learn how to do it. You need to do a reconsideration. I'm starting to believe the SBA is using bogus denials just to clear the queue. I never got a credit or pulled anything. I don't believe the applications are even being looked at. Is it possible that you're denied before it even has been processed? This could be an attempt to discourage borrowers. Maybe they're hoping borrowers will pass on reconsideration attempts. Anyway, thank you for the information shared. Well, thank you, Kane. It is unfortunate. It's unfortunate you didn't get a grant, and then they deny you a loan based upon a grant which you never received. It's horrible, and you're not the only person who said it in the channel. We needed a faux grant group to get together and deal with this. It's horrible. Michael Jung, my friend got a $2,000 grant a few weeks ago. Then he received a loan denial saying he didn't suffer from COVID-19. His business closed. So Michael Jung, you are the same problem as Phil Morgan, who we detail in a new series today about business owners who follow this channel who are impacted by COVID-19. He was denied based upon the same grounds, but his business clearly closed. Doesn't make sense. Kanawi, Surf, loan denied yesterday, still no grant. This plus our state employment system is a disaster, too much. I assume perhaps you're in Hawaii. I'm sorry to hear that's awful. Tim Edwards, I've been waiting to sign the documents since Sunday. I call every day this week, and the representatives tell me the system to generate the info, they're saying they're having technical difficulties. Interesting. So now they're having technical difficulties. Wow. Jason Ray, we got our approved for 60,000. Well, congrats, but hopefully the SBA doesn't mess it up before depositing it. And he laughs. I laugh with you, Jason. Matt, Aubrey on YouTube called 15 different loan employees to talk about EIDL grant. Basically said getting the EIDL grant is not conditional on getting the approval. No. The grant was supposed to come within 3 business days, self-authenticating, all these wonderful assurances in the original Streamline application. Nothing has been followed. The grant was supposed to come before the loan. Now it's not coming unless you get approved before the loan. Mayberry Soap Company. I just looked at my denial letter, and the date on it is April 17th. I got it on May 15th. Yes, everyone's denial letter is backdated a month. Please be attentive, because if you watch our reconsideration series, you have 6 months to file your reconsideration. So you're losing potentially a month with this bizarre backdating. So be careful. El Shaddadi, never checked my credit. Was it your Instagram? Not my Instagram. Karina, if they're not dispersing the funds, what are they going to do with all that money that's left over at the end? I call on a daily basis, asking for my grant loan. All they give me is the same information. So useless to keep calling. Karina, no, some people are getting a lot of progress and a lot of success from calling on this channel. I'm not going, and that's why this channel has been successful. So don't lose hope. Don't lose hope, Karina. Stay with it. Greek Sun. Someone said there's a phone number to check on the grant. Where can I find that phone number? There's a phone number to check on the grant. No, you can call SBA and ask them about the grant. The SBA phone number is on sba.gov. The Haven above, oh no, the Vina above, they've already knew they were only going to pay so many grants and loans. They will hold this money. They need the feds to audit them like they're auditing everybody else. We have no one over the chair to heed this money. They've not hired anyone to heed this money that's been sent out. Very well said. I mean, there was supposed to be an oversight committee originally for this under the CARES Act, and you know who trumped that. Amy Perkins, so frustrating. I applied for the grant on April 11th, still nothing got approved for PUA finally, which helps, but I've earned this grant like all the other people, and SBA is absolutely no help at all. Awful. Amy, I appreciate your daily comments. Please stay with it and update us more, Amy. Philip Bruno, are you aware of the lawsuit in Florida where 60 small business owners are suing the SBA over these issues? Yes, I don't believe it's going to be the only lawsuit. Ricardo Hall, hey, Lalate, great video as always. Well, thank you, Ricardo. If you dropped comments to today's video, make sure you watch to the end, because we're answering all of your comments. Please watch to the very end, because we have some great surprises and bombshells in here. D. Ross, so the Q&A isn't doing anything but telling us how deep the SBA is inserting the D. What, you need a unity of false centers to be disruptive. No, absolutely not, D. Ross. It's absolutely helping people, and people are helping one another. It's because of this channel that millions of you have gotten funds that you, in your words, you said you would not have gotten had the channel not giving you insight as to get this processing effectuated. So no, the Q&A is helping. Norma May, got my EIDL loan, and at the same time, the 2,000 grant. Can't thank you enough. There we go, D. Ross. SH. Hi there, I applied for an EIDL and I got the $1,000. Well, who is this? This is SH. Oh, I applied for the EIDL and got the $1,000. Then I got approved for the loan, $24,000. I signed all the documents via DocuSign 7 days ago. I now want to see the deposit. Okay, so he or she is one of those strange people that's not getting their money. Show me the money. I mean, what's going on, SBA? This is a new issue. We were hearing, people were asking a few days ago, how quickly do you receive the funds? It was 24 hours, 1 business day. Now, the common question is, where are my funds? I signed the document and I'm not getting the money. I don't know what's going on. Something in the automated process is falling apart. We do have that earlier comment, which says that the computer system is not working. Laska Pike, Raw. Thank you for updating us daily. My correct was 520. But I still received a $1,000 grant. I got approved for $76,000, $600. Wow. So a 520 credit score, but got approved for a $76,000 loan. I don't think the decision is based on credit. I think it's based upon the type of business you do and the type of business you file. To all that got approved, please, let's make good use of this money. Peace. Well, thank you. Wonderfully well said. Smith's Creek Lawn Care Center. Applied 4-3, haven't received anything. Called several times and got the runaround. Last time was a loan officer. Can't tell me anymore. Calling. What do? I call back and I get the same answer? Yes. You ask for another. If you see the call center going south very quickly, even as it's here too, you just end the conversation, hang up, and start over. That's what you have to do. But we have really big bombshell that someone got a 520, has a 520 and got a $76,000 loan approval for an Eidl loan. Great big news today. So Dan Hernandez, hey Lalate, hey Dan, I received a PPP loan but not heard anything from Eidl, no grant or loan. Okay, so here we have a PPP versus Eidl question. If I receive the Eidl grant, does that mean the grant is subtracted from the amount of PPP true? Is this true? Is it worth pursuing the grant if I don't need the loan? Thank you for the videos. I'd ask your lender. I really would ask your lender, and I would look at your PPP agreement to see what it says. Also, that's a question SBA will answer for you very, very quickly, but it's dependent on your PPP loan agreement. Makeup Mova, who comments regularly, I wish we could know what type of business are getting approved. Well, if you watch our story today focusing on you, the businesses of this channel, and we feature Phil Morgan as our first story, you will see that the businesses not being approved tend to be artistic and real estate. Everyone is saying they got approved and denied, but almost no one's saying what type of business we are. So we could see what type of business it is. SBAO's potential certain types of, absolutely. So the ones that are getting denials tend to be real estate or artistic. Artistic, not autistic. Denise Cochran, just curious, those that are approved for a loan, are you carefully reviewing the loan documents? Good point. Carefully review your loan documents. Oh, she has something else to say. Well, I've still not heard back about my loan grant, 331 Vortex. Wow, she's a 331 Vortex, still not heard anything. I've been listening to other business owners step through their loan documents and actually reconsider whether they sign off on it because of the outrageous terms, like needing SBA approval on liquidation of cash and assets if they don't really request permission. They can call the loan immediately with a steep penalty. It sounds like there's too many strings attached to serious requests. I wonder if it's worth it. Would love to hear from those who consider all these terms. So here comes another bombshell at 10 minutes into this recording. It came up in the live chat last night. If you've not joined our live chats, they're very, very helpful. And thank you for all the super chats that patronize the channel as well. A lot of you are commenting now that you don't like the Eidl loan terms, that the disbursement provision about how the funds can be dispersed you think is onerous, you think is bad, you think is something you don't want to be anywhere near. So as she says, please look at it carefully. She says, like needing SBA approval on liquidation of cash and assets if I don't request permission, they can call the loan immediately with steep penalties. So look at the ability for them to call the loan with steep penalties. This is also a big issue. Not something we've covered on the channel yet because we don't have the actual copy of the loan agreement. No one has sent it to us. If you haven't, send it to us. But really quite fascinating. If you have comments about your Eidl grant, drop them below. By 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow, we may feature them in Thursday's recording. We are covering Eidl grant, Eidl loan, and Eidl reconsideration for those of you who have an Eidl loan denied. Drop your comments below and join us in live chat when we go live. As always, stay with Lalate for more.